Login complete. Welcome to Alyx's world.
Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's world, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Friday night, a SmackDown review. The fallout to SummerSlam, one of the most electrifying, one of the most highly acclaimed SummerSlams, basically in the last 10 years. I think we can all agree this is going to be it will be a memorable event. So, following a great SummerSlam, which was then followed by easily one of the best episodes of Monday Night Raw that we've seen in a long time. The momentum was hot. It was high. I was feeling like, okay, with Roman Reigns coming back, SmackDown, it's gotta deliver a strong episode too, right? It didn't. It was an episode. I'm not gonna say it was filler, because there were some things advanced. We now have Cody Rhodes' next opponent for Bash in Berlin. It's Kevin Owens. I do believe there is a story there. I do believe, knowing Kevin Owens' history, every single time he goes for any kind of a championship, especially the World Championship, he becomes a different person. So there is something there that we can work with. And that is a big time match. Something that I feel has been lacking with Cody Rhodes. I love AJ Styles, and I have nothing against Solo Sikoa. But ever since he beat Roman Reigns, the quality of opponents that he's been getting just hasn't been there. It just hasn't been there. And so I was hoping, following Solo Sikoa, things were going to pick up. And while Kevin Owens isn't necessarily what you would call a WrestleMania opponent or a big pay-per-view opponent, it is someone that can create a legit intrigue, or at least make this championship run feel more interesting than what it is. Because you can do a lot of things with Kevin Owens. If you want to turn him heel, you don't have to, but you could. Maybe be a little bit more darker, more aggressive. I can imagine Kevin Owens telling Cody Rhodes, look, I don't want to fight you, Cody. Because if you make me go for this title, if you put me up against you and you force me to compete for the World Championship, I'm not going to hold back. I am going to go for the killing blow. I'm going for your jugular. I will not hesitate to drive the knife in your back. That championship makes me into someone that I hate. But I will be that person if you force me to. There's a story there. You can make that work. Randy Orton is, of course, fighting for Gunther's World Championship. So there's a lot of things happening right now when it comes to that area of things. I have seen people on social media scoff at the idea of Kevin Owens potentially beating Cody. No, Kevin is not going to beat Cody Rhodes. No one's going to beat Cody Rhodes until The Rock comes back. And if I'm reading his schedule properly, I don't expect The Rock to return until around Survivor Series. And even then, I still don't see Cody losing that belt to The Rock. The Rock could beat him. The only person or people that could potentially dethrone Cody Rhodes are Randy Orton or John Cena. Maybe The Rock. I'll put The Rock in there too. So until we get to those three, everything's going to feel like filler. At least with Kevin Owens, we could get some kind of interest, some kind of intrigue. with the way they tell their story. So we'll see. Outside of that, yes, we had to return Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns came back, and again, I'm happy Roman's back. I think he does bring a ton of energy that's been lacking from SmackDown. It feels like the show has not felt like, well, it hasn't felt like SmackDown since Roman's been gone. But now that he's here, it feels prime time again. With that said, we didn't really do much with him. What happened at SummerSlam is what happened here tonight. Roman came out and beat down the Bloodline. See, I was kind of thinking, well, we can't just have Roman come back and then he just beats them down again. Do we have another member? Like, we have Hikuleo coming in. I saw that Zilla Fatu apparently is coming in. He hasn't signed yet with WWE, but they're scouting him. Apparently, they have their eyes on him to bring him in. I even thought, although Jacob Fatu is hurt, he might not be able to wrestle. That doesn't mean he can't be involved in something. I was thinking, okay, we're going to play up this idea that Jacob Fatu is not here. But then when Roman comes out, he gets blindsided by Jacob Fatu. Right? That's what I was thinking. Nope, that didn't happen. Roman just comes out and lays waste to the Gorillas of Destiny. Ain't nobody realer than Gorilla. And Solo runs off like a little bitch. And that was it. And for a follow-up to, again, a great event, SummerSlam was great, and then one of the best Raws, it was kind of weak. For me. If you loved it, sweet. I've seen people on social media say it was a great beatdown. I'm not even going to argue it wasn't a good beatdown. I just think as a follow-up, this is Roman's first SmackDown in months. And this is how you bring him back? I don't know. I feel like we could have done more. Will we do more? For sure. We're just getting started. As I said, the plan for WrestleMania 41 is Rock versus Roman. That's the plan. So whatever we do going forward is building to that. We got plenty of time. We're only in August. So, although I feel like what we did tonight was kind of a soft follow-up to a great return, I'm not going to throw out the entire storyline because I didn't think this was the best way to follow it up. It is what it is. They'll have many other SmackDowns, hundreds of SmackDowns, maybe not hundreds, 10s, 20s, 30s, plenty of episodes to really hit it on the head to make me go, okay, now we cooking. But until then, I wouldn't be surprised if we got another filler episode. Because we're currently building to Bash in Berlin, right? I feel like we gotta get past that before we get to Bad Blood. Now, Bad Blood, I'm hearing is gonna be a huge event. So, once we get past, of course, this event coming up, Bash in Berlin, then we get to Bad Blood, then we get to Survivor Series. And if The Rock is supposedly coming back around Survivor Series, it's either Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. We'll be getting The Rock coming back, because he has to come back for WrestleMania season. And he has to fight Cody Rhodes for that championship. So, it's either Survivor Series or Royal Rumble. Because if WrestleMania is Rock versus Roman, we have to do the turn way before then. For that, you know what I mean? For that match to work. Because Roman's already a babyface. I'm assuming The Rock, when he comes back, he's going to be on Roman's side. I think that works. But then eventually it'll be revealed that it was The Rock who influenced Solo Sikoa. Exactly. It influenced Solo Sikoa to turn on Roman, and then we do Rock and Roman then. So, somewhere between now and WrestleMania 41, we got to get that turn. Although people are saying that we're going to get Cody and Rock at WrestleMania. Nah, I don't think you can leave Roman out of the main event. You can't leave Roman out of the main event. Unless you do a triple threat, which is not going to work. There's no way you are leaving Roman Reigns out of that main event this year. So, yeah, I just feel like there's only so much we can be doing with Roman right now, and I think the only big thing left for him to do is fight The Rock. And I don't see that happening anywhere else but 41. It should have happened here at 40, but fans wanted Cody. You got Cody. You still have Cody. But now, Rock and Roman is the main event, rightfully so, next year. Especially now that Roman is a babyface. And Rock's going to be the heel. Come on now. It's too perfect. Like that super fan. I don't mind.
Will you want to do live stream recap of NXT on October 1st and 8 because CM Punk and Randy Orton will be at NXT?
People have been asking me to do more NXT reviews, live streams. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really think, this is just my personal opinion, I got nothing against anyone that's a fan of NXT. I've seen enough of the big events, PLE events, to get a good sense of where they are. It's not it. It's not it for me. It's just not it for me. And it's nothing against the talent. Please, understand me. I hope you do get what I'm trying to say here. I understand what NXT is now. And what NXT is now isn't the NXT that I fell in love with. NXT Black and Gold was special. And we're never going to get that back. NXT will never be what it was in 2016, 17, 18, 19. That was a period of time, well, I would dare say 2014 to about 2020, maybe 2021. That was a period of time that we're never going to get back. And that's okay. And I've accepted that. I don't want NXT to be that in order for me to want to watch it. But it's still got to be something worth my time. And when I look at NXT right now, I don't think it's worth my time. Even with the addition of TNA talent, Joe Hendry, who I believe in. I just don't think it's worth my time. So now, you can keep asking me. You can keep begging me. But I do not think I'll ever get back to regularly reviewing NXT. Please don't be offended by it. That's just how I feel about it. I hope you understand. As for the rest of SmackDown, I was going to say Raw. I'm trying to think of, like, if anything stood out to me. Nothing. LA Knight's the US champ. Sweet. Great pop for him. Apparently, he's going to fight Santos Escobar after Andrade lost to him as a result of Carmelo Hayes' interference. So we're going to continue Melo and Andrade. And Santos Escobar and LA Knight. Ew. Okay, that's your first opponent. So, it's funny. Bobby Lashley currently is about, and I'm not saying this is going to be the case, but it's looking like he's going to leave WWE very soon. He did an interview where he talked about, just to paraphrase, he essentially said he felt more appreciated under Vince McMahon than he does Triple H. He said Vince invested more in him and he had a stronger relationship with Vince McMahon. Not something you ever want to hear someone like Bobby Lashley say. He doesn't really have that relationship with Triple H. And it goes to show you, just like every other owner, head writer, everyone has their favorites. And Triple H has his. Unfortunately, it is not Bobby Lashley. One of those favorites, and to this day, I'm trying to figure out why, is Santos Escobar. I don't see it. And I usually do see why Triple H goes for certain talent. Do I think Santos Escobar is a bad talent? No. I think he carries himself very well. He carries himself like a main eventer. He has the look of a main eventer. But in terms of charisma, in terms of his presence inside the ring, I don't even think he's the best wrestler on the roster. I mean, this is King Cuerno from Lucha Underground. King Cuerno wasn't the best wrestler on Lucha Underground. He wasn't even special on that show. So I look at him now, and I'm sitting here going, is this really someone that Triple H sees as a main event player? And trust me, it ain't from a lack of trying. They've given Santos a ton of TV time. And they've given him so much to work with. It's just not working. It just doesn't work. It reminds me of Xia Li. It reminds me of Xia Li when they gave her so much. And I love Xia Li. That's someone, too, that, unfortunately, she was called up too soon. And then they didn't know what to do with her. And so she got lost in the shuffle. And then when Triple H tried to do something with her, she was damaged beyond repair. And so they let her go. I kind of feel that way when it comes to Santos Escobar. He's not damaged beyond repair. It's just, there isn't a lot we can do with him at this point. But for some reason, here he is getting a championship shot against LA Knight. He's not going to beat LA Knight. Clearly. I don't know what they're going to do with this stable. Legado del Fantasma. I don't know what we're doing here. But I guess in the meantime, they're just fodder. You know. But again, that's where we are right now. We're kind of in the midst of a, I won't say filler season. We're kind of in the midst of them once again building to a foreign event. And they want to use this time to give people that need it, Jacob Fatu, rest, and just chill. Which is why this was a great time for me to take a vacation. As you guys know, I'm going on vacation for a couple of days. I will not be here on Monday to do Monday Night Raw. Probably for the best, because I don't really see much happening. I could be wrong. Raw's been cooking. They might flip it on me and be awesome on Monday, and I have to come up here when I get back to talk about it. But, you know, I feel like this was a good spot to take that vacation. Take that vacay. Because there's not much else. There isn't really much else to talk about here until we get things cooking. Everything just seems to be in limbo, if not in setup mode again. Like, we're back to finding tag teams to fight for the tag team titles. They're doing tournaments again. DIY beat Pretty Deadly, and the Street Profits beat, was it Austin and Grayson? Yeah, Austin and Grayson. A-Town Down Under. Weird tag team name, I know. So I guess the winners of DIY and the Street Profits will fight the Gorillas of Destiny. If Jacob Fatu is hurt and he needs time off, I'm assuming it's just going to be the Gorillas of Destiny defending those belts. I'm not against that. But the good thing about Jacob Fatu, and I want to mention this as well, they're not saying he's injured. I think, okay, let me rephrase that. I think I heard Corey Graves say he's injured, but they haven't stripped him of the titles yet. You know, they're still saying he's the rightful owner of those tag team titles, which lets me know, okay, if he was seriously hurt, they would have already let us know, and they would have just said, okay, here's what's getting ready to happen. Right now, Tungaloa is the new, you know, they're going to do a Freebirds rule, if you will. He is now the secondary part of the tag team champions, replacing Jacob Fatu, who will be out a specific amount of time. They're not even giving us a specific amount of time because I think they expect him to be back very, very soon. Because I did see him, was it this week? It wasn't even that long ago, just a couple of days ago. There's a picture of him walking around with a foot brace. So he's walking. Technically, he could have showed up and did an angle, but they're giving him a break to recover. Now, we don't know the severity of his injury. Because if it's just, again, I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to report any news. This is just speculation. If it's just a simple ankle sprain, if he sprained his ankle, or bruised his ankle, he'll be back in 4 weeks. He could actually come back next week. He just can't get physical. But if they want him back, like wrestling, more than likely he won't be back until after Bash in Berlin, which is fine. Keep him on TV for a month and then bring him back when he's healthy. Okay. I would rather have that than, hey, homeboy's going to be out for the rest of the year, which would have been heartbreaking. I don't mind missing Jacob Fatu for a month while he recovers. It's just a month. We'll be all right. So we'll definitely be okay with that. But yeah, he's walking around with a foot brace. But he's walking around. That's the thing. We'll see. We'll see how things turn out. Apparently AJ Styles was advertised for tonight. I don't know why that was a thing. I don't even know who said that. Who said AJ Styles was going to be on the show tonight? He wasn't. Apparently Nia Jax was going to be on the show. She wasn't. They're pushing her to next week. I guess the freaking Olympics just made people change their plans. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's about it. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say it was a terrible episode. I just need to reiterate. As a follow-up to a great SummerSlam and one of the best episodes of Monday Night Raw, it just fell flat. On average, it's a C. It's a C show. Might be nice to say C+ because of that ending. But yeah, C. C show. Not bad. Not great. But it is what it is. Sometimes you're going to have those. Let me go ahead and knock this review out of the park. You notice that I came up here with no intro, right? I just got right to it because your boy's got to pack for his little trip tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do the preliminary stuff. Let me say hello to the people. Let me get your thoughts on the show. Give me your grades. Give me your scores. Then we'll do the review. Then I'm a split. But in the meantime, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit. Help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can. Also, let me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, but most importantly, give us a follow on TikTok. Why? Because I'm the tickest of the talkers. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, VENMO, and yes, Super Chats are officially on. You can donate at any point in time during the broadcast. To get your thoughts played live on the air, email me at justalyxsworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just to say hi, and please get yourself a t-shirt today at Person Tees and Teespring. By the way, if you're just an Alex guy, get your I'm a Just Alex Guy t-shirt. Get in with the club. Join the club. We also got old school Deluxe Man t-shirts, new school Alex's World t-shirts, and most importantly, the final week, blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America. It was good while it lasted. It was a good run, but this week it ends. As of today, when this podcast goes off the air, the t-shirt will no longer be available. So, we'll have to come up with some new catchphrases when I get back. What is still available, though, is my partnership with Mint Mobile. If you're looking for a sweet deal, a sweet mobile plan, something affordable but high quality, $15 a month, Mint Mobile is what you want. Trust me, you won't regret it. How's about we get a quick word from this lovely partner of ours? Then, of course, I'll say hello to the live chat before we get to the review. This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month, With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only going to take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone. No need to leave your house or contact anybody. And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card. So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justAlex and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today. Thank you all so much for being here. As always, show love to the mod squad. The moderators are in his house. Ultra, Shine Knights and Firestar Heart, Alyx, a demon, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Highway dealing danger. Big MGM. Because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like me. Thank you, Dylan Danger. Looks like him and Ultra Shaw 97 are holding down the fort with the crew inside. Before I get to the shoutouts, once again, it is imperative that you guys like the video. The more you like the video, the more opportunities that I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. So let's go ahead and get things started with Ethan Zakarbak. JJ, who let the dogs out? Ooh. JJ, Bulldog. I also see Izzy, just Izzy. It's Izzy. Is it just Izzy though? Really? So, it's Izzy. I'm gonna just go with that. Dawsey Chatham. Regular Joseph Winters. Denny Barry Sports Highlights. Lots of regulars in here. Mike Pringle. Mr. Mike Pringle. Sam Peeboon. You saw him donate earlier. Joe Arredondo. A Breezy. 2357. Love this. Slam Tackle TV. Aaron Teagle. I also see... Let me see here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. A lot of people showing their love. Sean Swaby. Baby! And the last one's going to go to, because I do want to go ahead and move things along here. Bruce. Bruce says he didn't watch SmackDown. I'm taking a break. I only watch you. Hey, bro. I appreciate that. I'm the place to be for your SmackDown review. So thank y'all so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and pause super chats for now. We'll get to that at the end of the stream. And we're going to go ahead and move things along for this lovely review of SmackDown. SmackDown tonight, if I'm not mistaken, was live from, I think they already said it was a big, packed, sold-out arena. Tulsa, Oklahoma. The BOK Center. They always do big numbers here. Tonight's show was basically about the return of Roman Reigns. So, of course, he closed the show. Because why would you open with Roman? That wouldn't be smart. Instead, let's curtain jerk with Cody Rhodes, the WWE champ. Interesting how that works. Cody comes out, was going to pick his next opponent. Solo Sikoa interrupts him and says, "Hey, bitch, I ain't finished with you. I'm not finished with you." His best impression of Braun Strowman. 2017 Braun Strowman. Of course, he brings out the Gorillas of Destiny. They try to ambush Cody. Kevin Owens comes out with a steel chair, and then they run them off. Because they some bitches. By them, I mean the Bloodline. Solo's Bloodline is a bunch of bitches. But before the segment could end, Cody turns to Kevin and goes, "Yo, Kevin." As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted. I would like to announce who I want to fight at Bash in Berlin. Someone who has deserved it. Someone who's had my back. And that's you, buddy. Come on down. You're the next contestant on basically Cody's hit list to lose. Kevin rightfully so, says, bro, I haven't won a single match in like forever. Why are you giving me a title shot? Absolutely not. I decline. And Cody was persistent. He said, no, bitch. I'm Cody Rhodes. Whatever I want, I get. I want to fight you, so deal with it. Ha. Goes backstage to GM Nick Aldis. And Nick Aldis said, it's a great idea. I don't see a reason why. Unless you want to give Roman Reigns another title shot. And Kevin's like, no, bitch. Give me the title shot. That boy got wabbit season. He got rabbit season. Duck season. Wabbit season. Wabbit season. Duck season. Fire. Fuck. Exactly what happened. So, again, I'm hoping the storyline is exactly what I pitched at the beginning of the stream. I'm hoping that Kevin didn't want to fight Cody simply because he turns into someone he hates. He becomes the one thing he doesn't like when it comes to getting that championship. He becomes a monster. He becomes Kevin Steen. And I don't know if Cody Rhodes is ready for Kevin Steen. And he's not going to like Kevin Steen. He's going to hate Kevin Steen. So we'll have to see where that goes. The Street Profits end up beating A-Town Down Under. A-Town Down Under is Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Because they suck. Street Profits move on in the tournament. Backstage, Grayson Waller is put up against Kevin Owens because Austin Theory got sick of his shit and said, hey, my man, you should fight Kevin Owens next week. And he's like, why would you do that, Austin? Austin's like, relax. I got your back, man. I got your back. So, yeah, that's essentially what happened there. I think after this, Tiffany Stratton misses Money in the Bank with her pink briefcase, is setting up a party for Nia Jax. Cool. She was supposed to be here tonight. She wasn't. But Tiffany Stratton basically said, hey, next week's going to be a party. And then here come Pretty Deadly. And I saw this and went, you know, this could actually be something. Tiffany Stratton and Pretty Deadly. If she ever becomes women's champ, maybe these can be her escorts. They fit better as her escorts than anyone else. Mean Girl style. But that's basically all I got out of that. And then she runs into Chelsea Green. And so now I'm confused because Tiffany's a heel. Clearly she's a heel. But she's building a feud between her and Chelsea Green, who's also a heel. So I'm sitting here like, so is Tiffany a baby face? Or are they trying to make her a baby face? Because if she cashes in on Nia Jax, that could do it. Do we want to turn her baby face? Can Tiffany Stratton work as a baby face? Maybe that's something we can consider. I'm not against it. It's just not something I would have thought they would do this early. Jay Cargill makes quick work of Alba Fire. And then after the match, post-match, Blair Davenport and her cohorts. See what I did there? I'm clever. Those three women from the UK beat up Jade and Bianca. And then Naomi came out to help her sisters. Sisters! The sisters end up bringing off the UK chicks. And that's a feud now. I guess we're going to do Jade Cargill and Bianca at Bash in Berlin. Whoopee. I don't know. They're doing Naomi and Davenport next week, so there's that. And then we got LA Knight. Yeah! Your new US champ came out to a huge pop. The crowd's happy for him. So am I. I'm happy for him too. Here's the thing. So, I am not at all worried about LA Knight as US champ. I think he is perfect for this role. I think easily one of the best talents in WWE, also one of the best baby faces in wrestling today. I guess my issue is that he doesn't have opponents. Because if Santos Escobar is his opponent, ew. That's your first Santos Escobar? Again, Triple H clearly loves him. He's a favorite. I just don't see it. Now, Andrade would have been something. But at the same time, we still need to beat up Andrade. And we can build up Andrade and or Carmelo Hayes with the best of 7 series, which is what they want to do. Clearly, they want to do the best of 7 series with them. So we're going to be doing that with them. Cool. Let's see where that goes. And, of course, you had Carmelo Hayes screw Andrade out of this match to help Santos Escobar get the title shot against LA Knight and Basher Berlin. But still, like, I'm sorry. I don't see what's special about Santos Escobar. Not from a lack of trying. He just doesn't do it for me. Does he do it for you? Because he doesn't do it for me. They do a tribute to Kevin Sullivan, who passed away, I think, either today or sometime this week. Notorious booker, WCW, helped basically write for some of the greatest legends of all time. He has been in the business for decades. He is notorious for his mind, his creativity. And this is someone that was before my time, so I can't say too much about him. But the fact that I'm talking about him, the fact that I even feel the need to say something lets you know how much of an important figure he was to wrestling. So rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan. After this match, they did DIY versus Pretty Deadly. Guess who won this match? Just guess. There was a side of me that was like, man, what if Pretty Deadly end up beating DIY? That would suck. But no, I'm assuming, and I thought about this too, we're probably going to do DIY and Street Profits versus the Bloodline. 3-way Bash in Berlin. Just to kind of have something on that show that's worth it down. You see where I'm going with that? So we'll see. So I don't see that match going to a finish next week. I think the Bloodline's going to come out and screw it up. The main event, of course, was Solo Sikoa calling out Roman Reigns. Solo comes out, calls out Roman. Roman answers the challenge with his new music, his new theme song. It's good. I like it. Got a Game of Thrones vibe to it. Dun 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 dun. I kind of like that. I'm happy Roman's back. Just this segment was just a rehash of what happened at SummerSlam. He comes out, he wrecks the Bloodline. Solo runs. That's basically it. He wrecked Tama Tonga. He wrecked Jacob Fatu got wrecked. He wrecked himself. But he wrecked Tonga Loa. And that was it. Solo ran. I don't know if we'll see Roman next week. I think they just had him show up this week just to wreck shit. And then perhaps after Bash in Berlin, things will start cooking. So that was it. Literally, nothing got advanced here. No Jimmy Uso. No Jay. No reformations or reforming of any kind of semblance of the old bloodline. No Roman and Paul Heyman, by the way. No Paul Heyman. So, I don't know. Just kind of felt like filler, if I'm being honest with you. Although it wasn't. It just felt like it. But I did like that main event scene. I did like seeing Roman go out there and wreck the bloodline. It was nice to see. But if you watched tonight's episode, I'm pretty sure you came out with the same feeling I did. Meh. It happened. Cool. We'll wait until things start picking up again. I told y'all, like, that's one thing about Triple H. He does a lot of filler. Now, would you rather we have filler episodes with occasional big episodes where they're memorable, they end up doing great numbers, and they end up whetting your appetites for pay-per-views, and the pay-per-views are always going to be bangers? Or would you rather the hot shot week-to-week booking that Vince McMahon was doing when he was ripping up scripts and nothing made sense? At the very least, even though it is filler, it makes sense. I know I am scratching the bottom of the barrel, but it's still so much better than how it was. And for someone that has been traumatized by how bad Raw and SmackDown used to be, you have no idea. Some of you do, but most of you have no idea how bad this shit got. I'll take episodes like this any day of the week than what we used to get. It's just a filler episode. It's filler. But we'll be back. We'll cook soon. We just gotta give it time to simmer. We'll cook soon. Don't worry. But that was my thoughts on SmackDown. As I said before, the live chat will now have the privilege of giving me their thoughts. But I don't really see a reason to go back and watch this episode. I would go back and watch the ending. And combos. Of course, the best reaction channel here in the wrestling YouTube space. Coming off Raw, this felt like a letdown. I agree. The end was good, but the show overall was aight. Hey, A&B Convos Wrestling Edition, check them out. They are family. If you're looking for reactions, you're not going to get it any better than A&B Convos. I promise you. I promise you. Don't call them A-Town Down Under. Call them A-Town Clowns. There's a ring to that. A-Town Clowns. I like it. Izzy says, not gonna like Jacob Fatu's absence was felt. Yeah, Jacob Fatu's absence was definitely felt. I agree with that. But I would rather Jacob Fatu take the break, heal up, and then come back at 100%, and we miss him for a month, than for him to work hurt, and then we end up seeing him get injured, and then he's gone for the rest of the year. Sometimes it's just best to count your blessings. You know what I mean? How do I feel about the WWE repackaging Giovanni Vinci? I don't. What do you do with him? Seriously, that's the question. What do you do with him? He's a great wrestler, but that's about it. We'll find out what they do with him later. Xia Li was wasted for no reason after NXT. Again, like, what else could they have done with her after she was horribly misused under Vince McMahon? There comes a point in time where these talents just don't mean much. Think about Shinsuke Nakamura. Like, Shinsuke, I'm sorry, I love Shinsuke Nakamura, but there isn't much for him to do. There isn't much for him to do. Yeah, it is weird that we're building a heel versus heel feud between Piper Niven, Sonya Deville, Nia Jax, and, of course, Tiffany Stratton. That's so weird. Can they do it? Yeah, but why? Slam Tackle TV says, the fact that Odyssey Jones drew in more views from his debut than Okada, Mercedes Moné, and Will Ospreay is crazy. I don't think that's necessarily true. I don't think that's true. I think the numbers that you saw on social media were flubbed, not real numbers. But yeah, I can see what you're trying to say, that Odyssey Jones actually appeals more to a bigger audience than those three. I mean, of course, he's on a bigger platform. Why wouldn't he? Do I think they're working towards splitting up the New Day? 1,000%. 1,000%. Of course they're going to split them up. Why wouldn't they? They should split them up. They better split them up. Joker from Persona 5. I think Cody and Roman will fight each other for the title again in an Iron Man match on SmackDown USA premiere. Ooh. And then it goes to a draw. I'm there. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Nerd Geek Talk says Kevin Owens and Rhodes is underwhelming. Give it time. I think we're gonna like it. I think the build-up's gonna be nice if they do it right, of course. Sean Swaby says, that's what I've been noticing with Triple H. He does a lot of heel versus heel, face versus... Yeah. He likes to break the formula, which is fine. If the match calls for it, then I'm cool with it. Oh, wow. This is breaking news for me. Incredibles 3 has been announced. Incredibles 3? So, essentially, Incredibles 2, but for real this time. Because Incredibles... The Incredibles 2 we got was not in Incredibles 2. That was an infomercial of an Incredibles 2. So to me, Incredibles 3 is actually going to be the real Incredibles 2. But I'm 100% for that. What's wrong with the WWE main roster's women's division? It's been put to the back seat once again, and the creative cannot get it right. Alba 5 vs. Jay gave us only 2 minutes. I did notice that the women's division on SmackDown has been pretty lame, if I'm being honest with you. Raw is a lot better. Raw is so much better. But yeah, it's been kind of weak. Weak sauce. Yeah, nothing else. It's like ever since Bayley won the championship, they haven't really been doing much with this division. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But we'll hopefully get something going. Alright, y'all. So that's going to do it for me. Give me your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. I will be back next Wednesday for a Dynamite, if Dynamite's worth a damn. I'll be back next Wednesday for more content. Dynamite live stream, whatever the hell I can come up with. But I'm going to be gone for the next few days. You will not see me Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If something crazy happens, it'll have to be Tuesday when I come back and I talk about it. So hopefully nothing crazy happens. Wrestling world, give me 4 days. Please. 4 days of nothing crazy happening. And I would appreciate it. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and VENMO. I love you all. And I'll see you guys next time right here in Alyx Says World, the place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're